Olwaleero nkyalira Ebenezer Children's Ministry wano e Kibuku district. Nafuna video clip y'omwana nga ayokeddwa ate oyo omwana wewaffe eri ku kyalo eri mu district yange y'e Butebo. Kati nga Keddi Foundation esooka Butebo kati nga alina okuyamba omuntu wange munawutawo munnange kubanga bwenyambira abalala ate kati yenga olwa simuyamba. Kakati olwaleero tukola enteekateeka kati olwaleero tutuuseeko wano omwana ntumulaba mu mbeera gy'alimu era bwe mbadde mbuuza ssente meka ezitaagiwa okumulongoosa nawe tebali sure ssente meka naye baateekayoko deposit kubanga okusooka baali bangambye kyetaagisa $2.5 million naye ngamba ezo zokka kakati era nzireese singa nategeera nti ssente weziti era nazo nandikoze ki nandireese era ngenda kuleeta kubanga mbagambye bafune omuwendo omutuufu gwennyininyini ogw'okukola ki ogwetaagisa okulongoosa ono omwana kubanga ng'olaba emikono ye gyonna gyakongoba gyakyama naye ekirungi nti eddwaliro endimanyiko y'entebe kawuku erongoosa ekola ebyo kubanga era batusuubiza nti emikono gigenda kuddawo kubanga omwana ono onasindika mikono yite okusooka bamuuza ekyo kyoyagala nti njagala emikono gyange giddewo nsobole okusoma obulungi. Ekyo era nga wekiri omwana oyo neyamye okumusomesa paka ku yunivasite ate era tumuwona kino omulimu kubanga bakulembeze abenkya bakola ki abaddako. Ate ekinsanyusiza nti Ebenezer Ministry eyamba nnyo abaana abanjawulo. Muwulidde waliwo abaana nga bazadde be baba balepinga taata n'alepinga omwana emyezi 6 abalala babasuula bakola ki. Kati nga Keddi Foundation tusazeewo tupatanalinge ne Ebenezer Ministry tube nga tusobola okuyambagana okukyusa mbeera z'abo abaana kubanga be bakulembeze b'enkya. Nange naali muwejjere, nange naali mwavu, maama wange yafa nga alina omwezi gumu era kati nenkula mpise mu bulamu wona mutaanuulu okutuuka wenkola ki wendi. Kakati wetuba nga tuyambye abaana bano abato enkya be bagenda kuba ba Keddi Foundation b'enkya bagenda kuba abakulembeze baffe ab'enkya okufuga eggwanga mu myaka 2-3-5 okudda mu maaso ffe nga twakola ki ffe nga twavaawo. So wakati kya mukisa nnyo nti nange neetabye ku Ebenezer nembaako ettaffaali lyenteeka ku bulamu bw'ono omwana Christopher Kalyebi ate n'abalala betusanze. Abazadde omwana muto aba mwana muto akola ebintu nga takola ki nga tamanyi tebanakufuna conscious oba understanding. Akano musanze nga abbye eki ng'akoze eki ate tomuwonereza bubi obeeku kyomukangavvulako n'ate nga sikyamaanyi ne kakati si okuba kiri kyennyini. Ate kyemmanyiko nti ono omwana step mother we yalopera taata nti abbye enva. Kakati abasajja nammwe mbakubiriza nti woleeta omukyala mulala ng'obadde n'abaana balala omukyala n'obanga omwagala nnyo nakuwa information nti omwana ono akola wekiti sooka weegendereze kubanga oluusi alwokola ekyo si mutima mulungi. So nkubiriza abazadde twegendereze nnyo abaana baffe tubakwate bulungi kubanga omwana obanga omukute bulungi n'omusomesa n'akula enkya yagenda kukola ki yagenda kulabira kubanga ffe naluwe tukula naffe tudda buto. Kakati w'okaddiwa oba nawe ofuuse mwana muto kati ono gwalabirira bulungi yakola ki yakulabirira. Ntwala omulanga guno okubiriza gavumenti yaffe ennungi eyamukulembeze waffe gwensinga okwagala nnyo Pulezidenti wange Pulezidenti Museveni. Gavumenti yo nnungi naye abagiraane nga bano abalala bano oluusi tebatwala buvunaanyizibwa. Mbadde nsaba nti mutwale nnyo obuvunaanyizibwa gavumenti yaffe kubanga naddala nga gwe omukulembeze wobanga olayira okuuma Uganda n'abantu baawo n'embeera yaabwe. Kakati embeera ng'eno weegwa mu kitundu abakulembeze abakiikira gavumenti y'omu kitundu tebafaayo tebatwala buvunaanyizibwa. Mbadde nsaba omulanga guno nti gugende eri gavumenti abasajja baawo obagambe batwale nnyo obuvunaanyizibwa naddala nga poliisi ebitongole ebikuuma eddembe n'ebirwanira ddembe ly'abantu nti batwale obuvunaanyizibwa okulaba nti embeera eno bagyenyigiramu ereme okubaawo. Kati era ng'onalaba katooku ng'owagambye nti ebiseera ebisinga ffe nga NGO tujja ntuyamba abalala abajja okikola ng'amanyi nti naakola kino waliwo abakola ki abayamba kakati abantu abakangavwe wakatata Kalyebi kati yadduka kataliwa so tutwala omulanga guno eri gavumenti yaffe mutukume bulungi mukume abaana baffe abaddako nabo bafune eddembe lyabwe bafune okweyagala ate nabo bakangavwe.
His biological father, who returned, and the stepmother reported that he had stolen vegetables, like just greens. But the boy says he came from school hungry, asked his stepmom for food, who allowed him to go to the kitchen and mingle, and then allowed him to scoop sauce from the saucepan, and he sat down and ate like any normal child. So, according to the boy, to this day he says he did not steal, he was permitted. And his father bundled him up with dry banana leaves and some fuel and set him ablaze to what we can see today.
So what...
Thank you so much for that question. Actually, I take the honor to say thank you to the Keddi Foundation for supporting. It's not many organizations or many people that will see such a story and want to contribute towards the welfare of such. So, yeah, we've received sugar, we've received rice, and a few more supplies. We say thank you so much. It doesn't only revive hope within Christopher alone, it makes our work as the proprietors of the Ebenezer Children's Ministry easy, because at least for some time, they have sugar, we won't have to buy that. Yes. And then also, it makes the boy, it revives a little more love. You know, the life in which he is. This, we have to make so many actions of love for him to regain his actual normal childhood. So this retrieves a lot of hope, a lot of life, a lot of good health. Recovery is a process. So thank you so much to Keddi Foundation. We are so grateful for the hand of help. Nursing an accident patient, then I saw a child lying helpless, and the one of the nurses was complaining they had not bought drugs on him, so he had missed treatment for 2 days. And his burns were so terrible because he was all burnt from the head, the arms, the back were all burnt. The condition was really so bad. And so we were touched. My husband and I bought drugs enough for 4 days. Now, because he had not got treatment for 2 days, the doctors changed the treatment. And for us, we had left promising to visit them again. They didn't have a phone, so we had to visit in 4 days. Only to go back, they had stolen the boy out of hospital, and he was nowhere to be found. Tracing links of how to reach him was a challenge. The file only had that he was coming from Kawangasi, and unfortunately, even in Kawangasi police, there was no information. It was only the a report on a child being burnt, but there were no details. So I tried to follow up with the different people. I was directed to another child, burnt child in Butebo, who actually had even died in the struggle to recover Christopher. But thank God, one evening, as I was still driving home to home, I met a blind gentleman, I think he's one of the counselors in Butebo, who kind of mentioned he was suspecting, but he wasn't sure, and he even didn't know that the child was in the mother's home. So someone says, look, go to the butcher in Butebo and ask for that child you get. So when I reached, I had to go to butchery by butchery in Butebo. Then I met a gentleman who invited someone who promised to help me search around. And it took me a whole month before I can get leads of where the family that knows about Christopher were. I went there, and then by the grace of God, I was able to reach the home where Christopher's mother is married. And I had him back to the Butebo Health Center where he was very well managed, because we were providing all the supplies. He was very well managed for about 3 weeks. And then they realized some parts of his skin might need skin grafting, which cannot be done in every facility. So we were referred back to Mbale Regional Hospital, and where his wounds were managed, until we started getting the healing process. Then we brought him to the Ebenezer Children's Ministry, where he has lived.
And behind me there is a great person. Dear fellow countrymen, countrywomen out there, God is raising up a nation. With or without your support, I think you said, Madam Sylvia, God is raising you. God is raising this generation. We are on the quest. It is now the time has come for us to serve humanity, because that is the core reason of our living. We are the soldiers on ground, called to walk like another right walk, to pull those behind, those with the shaky knees, to give them stand, to give them a hope and a future. With your wealth, we munawate mwagala kozesa nsimbi zammwe, Katonda agenda yimusa amayinja bwe kiba kyetaagisa gaweereza abantu be bano. Without you, therefore kiri ku ggwe okugamba I am working in that to serve the nation, to serve that woman, give that man hope. Papa, with your support, or without it, I am on the quest to serve this nation, Uganda, because you are purpose for that. Dear child who is under adoption, tulifena fe abaliwo okunyeenya ensi eno, okunyeenya amawanga gano, because you are under appealing process. Accept the appeal of, my dear brother, that is just something. God has put you there. When you stand out tomorrow, I know you are an ambassador, you are president tomorrow, you are a great nation. You're being worked unto that to serve the nation tomorrow. Enchawe tunawa tutuseyo, tetwerabira wadde tukoze tetuvudde. Yensonga lwaki oli omu ku baana abali wano. Bwe weerabira gy'ovudde, then kiba kitegeeza kirala. Naye Katonda akulese wano okujjukira gy'ovudde osobola okukulula omukululo ogwo. Allow me, thank you. Thank you for the big heart. It is not by your own power. It is not by your own making. God is just using you. Accept and be the vessel. And when the time comes, a crown awaits you. I assure you that a crown of glory awaits you. My dear Papa, we are to serve. Allow and be a vessel to serve. Oba tulidde, oba tetulidde, oba tunywa amazzi, tugende tuweereze eggwanga. Tuweereze ensi yaffe. We don't come to see people drive. Why drive big cars? Why wait for the outside nation, for Bazungu to serve our people? It is us, you and me. We won't wait for the Muzungu to come and serve our own when we can drive 4 cars. And my dear children out here have no shoes, they have no food, no shelter. No, we are put here for that. Forgo, overlook that comfort life and serve Uganda and serve humanity. Thank you so much for the big spirit.
I am also from within here. I understand most of these families are helpless families. Even if they were at home, they wouldn't have a future. And it's only by God's grace that they are with you and you are trying to mold them to be useful citizens of this nation tomorrow. See here, we are lucky and very unlucky because the Ugandan population, when you look at the statistics of the nation, we have more younger children than the older people. And when you count among us here, we are many. But I may be the only one who is 70 years and above. So when you don't get a foundation for these children, the future of this nation is doomed. And if you don't shape them, we have no future for this.
To construct human beings mentally through academics, spiritually through prayers. Because in your program here, I can see a very good program of spiritual upbringing. Spiritual upbringing. Academically, intellectually, you are changing people. Spiritually, you are constructing people. And then physically, you are feeding people. Through this beautiful program of fighting malnutrition, feeding related stuff. So thank you very much. In fact, among your core values, majority of them, they are similar to the values of Keddi Foundation. We are too much in the areas of health. Yesterday we were in Butebo district, and the Keddi Foundation donated an ambulance, a brand new ambulance, and they pledged $5 million to the entire region of Eastern Uganda to help in the health sector. Of course, to deal with such programs. Because of the same sector, that's why the foundation has been posting about this boy. Let this boy stand up. Christopher, first fit in physical. Christopher, we love you. You're a good boy, and it will be okay. You will be okay. We have come to visit you, to share with you the need we have, and to give you hope that God connected you to Papa and Mama for the purpose, and finally in life you are going to make the best man. You're going to be a very great man. We love you. Get seated.
Make sure I remind him every 3 months that we visit this place. Every 3 months, whether we have water, whether we have nothing, but to show that we are one spirit and we are going to work together in this journey to make sure we also contribute to bring change in your community. And Pastor George, I will kindly ask you with all the humbleness, kindly follow up with the police station, with the OCs, and find out why the rape cases are too much. And if there is something that needs to be done, especially with the government, that we can put something, we can put a change, a stop to this. Seriously speaking, I'm not okay, especially.
And then others remain at the office in Butebo, they'll bring it. Our coordinator will coordinate and bring it. Yeah, thank you. I think that's all.